Under fire, police and the public forced to take cover as a man goes on a shooting spree in northern New South Wales. The aftermath of a devastating outback crash where a B-double and a ute collided, leaving 2 people dead. Old enemies unite to push the vaccine message, while some GPs are threatening to pull out of the rollout. Defence Minister Lyndall Reynolds' future up in the air as she extends her leave in the middle of her office's rape allegation crisis. And the pride of Australia on show as Mardi Gras rises above the pandemic.
This is 10 News First with Chris Bath.
Police officers and the public have come under attack during a terrifying shooting spree in the New South Wales Northern Rivers region. A man has been charged after allegedly opening fire on a police car and homes. Paris Martin joins me live with more. Paris, this could easily have been deadly.
Easily, Chris. More than 20 rounds were fired. Some of those were at a police patrol car that had 2 female officers inside. They're being praised for their bravery and ability to keep a cool head. They had to crouch down to avoid being struck by any of these bullets when that police car was peppered. One of them managed to radio for help while the other fired a shot in the direction of this man, and he has then run away. It was around 9 o'clock last night when officers were called to Dunoon, that's 20 kilometres west of Lismore, near the New South Wales Queensland border. The initial report was that a man had fired multiple shots into 2 homes. Specialist officers and Queensland's Polair helicopter were called in, and at the peak of this siege there were 12 police officers and 6 members of the public, including children and pets, that were hauled up inside a home to keep safe.
I'm so proud of those police who, the courage, the composure, the bravery that they had to go out there and to keep that community safe.
It was around midnight when police managed to arrest a 64-year-old man. They also found a shotgun and a number of empty cartridges in a nearby home. Now, that man has been charged with 8 firearm offences, and Chris, he will be fronting Lismore's local court tomorrow morning.
Thanks, Paris. Paris Martin joining us there. A fiery crash in South Australia's far north has killed 2 people and left another fighting for life. A B-double truck and a ute collided head-on at high speed, sparking an inferno so hot that large sections of the road collapsed.
Still smoking nearly 24 hours later, a B-double truck and a ute melted beyond recognition after colliding head-on at Wirramina.
It's absolutely horrific. Both vehicles were incinerated.
The impact from the crash creating a fireball, melting bitumen and plastic pipes under the culvert on the Stewart Highway. Major crash officers waist deep where the road once was.
The road damage is almost catastrophic.
Emergency services called out just after midday yesterday, but there was nothing they could do for the 23-year-old ACT man driving the ute and the truck's passenger, a 57-year-old Adelaide woman who both died at the scene. The race still on to save the 57-year-old truck driver, flown to the Royal Adelaide Hospital in a critical condition.
He's undergoing surgery this morning for extensive burns.
Travellers told to avoid the area with road closures remaining in place. Police have also responded to another fatal crash yesterday evening where a 26-year-old man was killed when the ute he was travelling in rolled at the Riverland.
The passenger whose life has been lost was not wearing a seatbelt.
3 others in the car airlifted to Adelaide with non-life-threatening injuries. The 3 fatalities prompting an urgent message from the Premier.
Drive to the conditions, especially over this long weekend.
21 lives have now been lost on South Australian roads this year.
The risks you take on the road will stay with you for the rest of your life.
Cam Inglis for 10 News First.
Former Prime Minister Julia Gillard has rolled up her sleeve and received her first COVID-19 vaccination as she launches a push to win over young women who are sceptical about the jab. With the needle about to be made available to all Australians aged over 70, the government is also dealing with backlash from GPs.
A Labor ex-PM, a Liberal health minister, together to give vaccine confidence a shot in the arm.
They'll listen to you. More than they will to me.
Julia Gillard had the AstraZeneca jab today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alongside her one-time rival, Greg Hunt.
Beautiful.
And a lucky sock-wearing Brendan Murphy, the head of the vaccine task force.
Forward-facing, V for vaccine.
Ms Gillard lending her arm to help twist the arm of young women, the group most likely to be vaccine hesitant and susceptible to misinformation.
And make sure that what you're getting is from scientists, not social media influencers.
In 2 weeks' time, GP clinics like this one in Melbourne will begin vaccinating those aged over 70. To start with, there'll be 1,000 practices offering appointments, growing to 4,500. But doubts remain about the government's aim to vaccinate the entire adult population by October.
It's very ambitious and I don't think it's going to be achieved.
The AMA supports the rollout, but some individual GPs are threatening to pull out. Angry they've been allocated as few as 50 doses per week and overpayment.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Dr Maria Bolton, who owns this Brisbane clinic, says she'll either have to work for free or lose money administering the jab. The government pays doctors $30.75 for the first dose, $24.25 for the second, and a bonus $10 if the clinic does both.
So we might be getting someone who's perhaps in their 70s, who perhaps has many, many medical conditions. It's going to take time to get to know that person, and time does cost money.
There are some who wanted to charge the patients an arm and a leg, and sorry for them.
Australia's vaccine tally is now at 81,000, and as our homemade supply comes on tap, the Health Minister says it'll be 500,000 shots every week. Daniel Sutton for 10 News First.
South Australian health authorities are scrambling to discover the source of a strong COVID-19 result after testing of Adelaide CBD's wastewater. The sample comes from an area of the city that services around 12,000 people, but doesn't include the specialist Medi Hotel for positive patients.
I think it's the strength of the signal at this stage is the one that's giving us a degree of concern. It may well be that these are old cases and quite possibly from interstate.
Resampling of wastewater will continue through the night. Defence Minister Lyndall Reynolds has announced she won't return to work until next month, igniting fresh speculation about her future in politics. She's been on medical leave after facing intense scrutiny over how she handled Brittany Higgins' rape allegation. Today, confirming she'll miss the next parliamentary sitting and Senate estimates.
On the advice of her cardiologist, Defence Minister Linda Reynolds is extending her medical leave.
Will she be coming back to work?
I have no doubt about that.
The Senator will now be off work in total for 5 weeks, since initially being hospitalised late last month for a pre-existing heart condition.
The gravity was considered to be significant, and the risk to her physical health was considered to be very significant.
She's faced intense scrutiny over her knowledge and handling of Brittany Higgins' rape allegation and is facing possible legal action for calling her former staffer a lying cow.
To be Defence Minister, to be any minister, you need good judgment and sound character. What we have seen from Linda Reynolds is that she has neither.
The minister won't return to work until April 2nd, missing the next parliamentary sitting fortnight and Senate estimates.
Is the Minister for Defence, Linda Reynolds, trying to pretend that she is well enough on the one hand to continue as Defence Minister, but not well enough on the other to front up and answer questions in Parliament and in estimates?
Ms Higgins' allegations have sparked 4 reviews, including one into bullying and sexual assault and harassment at Parliament House. One key consideration will be, should politicians automatically pass on accusations, something the Federal Police Commissioner has already written to them about.
My experience suggests no, that shouldn't be taken out of the hands of the victim. But again, I do think our inquiry will look particularly at that question, because I think it's a really wicked problem for those ministers as to what they should do.
Sex Discrimination Commissioner Kate Jenkins believes the inquiry marks a turning point.
Over the 30 years, I've never seen any moment like this.
Tegan George for 10 News First.
Battered tourism operators fear more financial ruin is on the horizon when JobKeeper payments dry up at the end of the month. One state is taking matters into its own hands, dishing out cash vouchers to get people holidaying at home.
For months, they've barely been keeping their heads above water. Now there's fresh fears more tourism operators will sink when JobKeeper ends in a few weeks.
And we would love to see a program like that, even if it was slightly different, continue. We've got thousands of employees whose job rests on being able to get through to the June-July school holidays.
I've spoken to the Prime Minister about my concerns.
Anastasia Palaszczuk is trying to soften the blow, dishing out $15,200 vouchers. They can only be used in Cairns to cover 50% of a tourism experience like a Great Barrier Reef cruise. It's just for Queenslanders, but the Premier insists everyone is welcome here, despite consistently slamming the border shut, sometimes with little warning.
We'll be looking at down the track about how we can also, sorry, it's a mosquito here, how we can attract people from other states to also come and support Queensland.
Far North Queensland has been hit hardest by international border closures. At this time of year, Cairns would usually welcome around 3,500 overseas visitors every day.
For a destination that used to turn over $3.5 billion of tourism expenditure supporting 1 in 5 jobs, we've lost more than $2.2 billion worth of visitor expenditure.
Leaving businesses with so much cash to claw back, the vouchers are available online tomorrow. John Paul Gonzo for 10 News First.
The Royal Stoush is being labelled a transatlantic mudslinging match as the British tabloids focus on claims Meghan Markle bullied her staff. But in a bizarre twist, it's now royal commentators who've become the story after a prank that's exposed some of their questionable behaviour.
Even before it's aired, the Oprah interview is being labelled a bombshell, explosive, divisive and shocking. But as far as interviews go, they don't come more shocking than this.
The following video was filmed on the 5th of March 2021, 2 days before Harry and Meghan's interview was seen by anyone.
2 UK pranksters asked 4 royal experts if they could pre-record their commentary of the Oprah interview, which meant they would have to pretend they had seen it. They willingly agreed with a fee attached for their toil.
You've not seen the interview yet, have you?
No.
No, great. I think we have a fair idea of where the interview's going. We have a fair idea.
We do, definitely.
What was your overall impression of the interview?
I think that this was an extremely hard-hitting interview.
In the interview, to my mind, this was an actress giving one of her great performances. From start to finish, Meghan was acting.
It gets even better.
Do you think, looking back now, that Oprah went rather soft on Harry and Meghan?
I think the interview was really an iron fist in a velvet glove.
She did ask the tough questions. She had to ask the tough questions.
It was not a balanced interview.
Meanwhile, back at the palace, Prince Charles has taken a Commonwealth address to remind the world what a real catastrophe is.
Coronavirus pandemic has affected every country of the Commonwealth, cruelly robbing countless people of their lives and livelihoods.
UK tabloids have had a field day with claims Meghan Markle bullied her staff, while US media seem to be Team Markle.
To me, this is totally baseless. There's no specifics. Like, if she did something that was terrible, what was it?
The 2-hour tell-all goes to air tomorrow. Natasha Exelby for 10 News First.
And you can see the Australian premiere of Oprah with Meghan and Harry right here on 10 tomorrow night at 7:30. All eyes were on a shimmering Sydney cricket ground last night as Mardi Gras spread love and glitter across the stadium. Dancing bands were dismissed as audiences embraced a very different kind of parade that not even a pandemic could stop.
You can take the parade out of Oxford Street, but you can't take the party out of Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras! Happy Mardi Gras!
Happy Mardi Gras!
The hallowed turf of the SCG transformed last night into a dazzling disco of pride. 36,000 people streamed through the gates, a sea of glittering rainbows, feathers and sequins.
Thank you.
Led by those who started the movement at Australia's first Mardi Gras, a protest in 1978, the parade marched its way around the ground, featuring a few family favourites.
It's amazing and it's
like probably the best night of my life.
Everybody's just love, 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 love. There's no hate here.
It wasn't long before everyone was on their feet, defying the COVID dance ban, as Aussie music stars took centre stage.
You know you'll always be my queen. I'm proud of my queen. She is my...
Tell us what it's like to be at Mardi Gras this year. It's a bit different. This year's different, but let me tell you, the vibe is still here.
This is my first Mardi Gras that I've been a part of, a float or anything, so it's pretty special that it's in this kind of arena moment.
After a turbulent 12 months for the world, the theme of this year's event was Rise, above a pandemic, above inequality and towards better days.
This is the biggest arts and cultural event happening anywhere in the world right now, and true to the spirit of this year's Mardi Gras, everybody here has well and truly risen to the occasion. In fact, it feels like a packed house here at the SCG.
We're so lucky when it comes to the rest of the world because not everyone can do this.
It may be the future of Mardi Gras, you never know.
British pop star Rita Ora shimmied onto the stage for a glitzy finale. Rounding out a very different but no less joyous event that shared the love with a TV audience around the world. Taylor Ryan for 10 News First.
Still to come, why aged care workers are blasting the Royal Commission's recommendations on how to fix a broken industry. Also, a stolen car goes for a swim, driven off a boat ramp. A popular beach closed after a shark gets a bit too close to a surfer. $2.5 trillion, President Biden's enormous COVID relief bill passed by the US Senate. And a study spanning 3 continents and 15 years leads to a scientific breakthrough on heart attacks.
In the race to the finals, there will be a shock exit.
Welcome, my friends, to Tasmania.
Brace yourself.
I've done some crazy stuff, man.
For Tassie's Towers of Terror.
I looked down, I started screaming.
How am I supposed to reach that?
I'm thinking, crap.
I was completely over it.
This is scary.
I was just really over the day.
It's a day so tough.
Don't stuff it up. Oh, my.
A race favourite will leave.
Oh, my God.
You are the last team to check in. Your time on the race is over.
That is a huge mistake.
Don't miss Sunday's shock exit on 10. The race continues, 7:30 tonight.
This Whopper has no beef.
No beef!
Introducing the Rebel Whopper with a patty made from plants.
I've never had plant that tastes like meat before.
Tastes just like a Whopper.
It tastes exactly like a Whopper.
New Rebel Whopper, 100% Whopper, 0% beef. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Introducing the Energizer Vision LED headlamp. Featuring a powerful adjustable beam of light with our unique digital focus. It's perfect for any hands-free activities in or outside the house. Versatile and easy to use, pick up the Energizer Vision LED headlamp today.
You don't have to quit alone. You've got family to call on, mates to count on, and Nicorette's new spearmint gum, which acts fast and lasts. In fact, there are 141 fewer Aussie smokers each week. Now's the time to join the quitters.
Mondella makes it easier to create the bathroom you've always wanted. From planning your design to choosing your style, even hints and tips on how to bring your dream bathroom to life. Imagine, choose, and transform your bathroom with Mondella.
Muscle and osteopain can really tie you down. That pain is caused by inflammation. Nurofen helps reduce inflammation and relieve osteo and muscle pain for up to 8 hours. Break free with Nurofen.
Sprite. Release the lemon lime refreshment.
A balanced gut has multiple health benefits. Try Inner Health plus double strength from Chemist Warehouse. With 50 billion live bacteria, it supports immune system, gut and general health. It's just $32.70. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
At Carpet Call, we've got new shipments of rugs to clear from our warehouses. Choose one of our latest design fashion rugs and take 50% off the ticketed price on our website. Jump onto carpetcall.com.au now for 50% off rugs.
To catch America's most wanted criminals, you need an Aussie.
Gonna hunt you down.
We have murder, cybercrime, and extortion.
The perfect storm.
Come out with your hands in the air.
New FBI Most Wanted tonight on 10.
Aged care workers say the Royal Commission's recommendations don't go far enough to offer the quality of care older Australians urgently need. Although the report highlights the extent of understaffing, workers say the proposal to increase care time by just 20 minutes per day won't cut it.
Donna Capilouti has worked in an aged care kitchen for 6 years. She describes her job as rewarding but under-resourced.
Understaffing doesn't give us or allow us the time and quality we want. So it's, oh yes, that's nice, but okay, well, I really have to run.
Those feelings are warranted. The Royal Commission into Aged Care's final report, released on Monday, states more than half of Australian aged care residents were living in facilities with unacceptable levels of staffing. One of the consequences of these low levels is that staff simply do not have time to interact meaningfully and compassionately with older people.
They have to work incredibly hard in residential aged care. They have to rush, but also they feel terrible that they can't provide the quality care they want to.
A survey of 600 by the United Workers Union has found 86% of staff don't believe the report's proposed 20-minute increase of care time is adequate. 78% don't think they'll get a pay rise as a result of the Royal Commission, and 88% suspect change won't come quickly enough to retain and attract talented staff.
And aged care workers are saying they've had enough. They're on the edge. They are physically exhausted, but it is an emotionally heartbreaking job as well.
The Aged Care Minister is yet to reveal which of the Royal Commission's 148 recommendations the government will implement. Paris Martin for 10 News First.
An overnight joyride in a stolen car has come to a very wet end for a 23-year-old Brisbane man. Members of the public called police just before midnight to say a car had been driven off a Moreton Bay boat ramp and the driver was swimming away. The alleged car thief eventually complied with police demands to swim back to shore where he was arrested. The hatchback, reported stolen nearly 2 weeks ago, also exited the water. A medical breakthrough could change the way coronary disease is treated in men and women. A world-first study has revealed there's a key genetic difference between male and female heart attack sufferers.
Most think it won't happen to them.
I had my first heart attack when I was 35.
Like Margaret Kilby, almost 50,000 Australian women suffer heart attacks every year.
That was, as you might imagine, a huge shock because I didn't know I was leading up to one.
But a new study could change the way doctors treat at-risk women. Scientists from around the world, including Australia, have uncovered a key genetic difference between male and female sufferers.
It's a really exciting discovery and it builds on years of genetic research.
Heart attacks in women have been linked to cells in blood vessel walls, while in men it's all about the immune system.
Allows us to understand what causes heart attacks and to ultimately work towards therapies that could prevent them happening in the first place.
When suffering from a heart attack, men and women show very different symptoms. Only 1/3 of female victims experience the crushing chest pain commonly seen in men. Up until now, doctors had no idea why. Jill Bablici was asymptomatic when scans revealed she had a 90% blockage in a major artery.
At that stage, I was walking close on 20,000 steps a day.
The cardiac nurse hopes new research will help save lives.
I think doctors are now going to be much more aware and hopefully listen to women when they come in to see them.
Natalie Unides for 10 News First.
Amanda Jason's here now with an update on the weather for you. And Amanda, it's looking stormy over Queensland.
It certainly is, Chris. We do have some severe weather warnings in place for parts of Queensland this afternoon for damaging winds and also heavy rainfall, which could lead to flash flooding. Some areas have seen up to 50 millimetres of rain since these thunderstorms have started. Now, the forecast areas that are seeing these severe weather warnings are areas like the Central West, the Maranoa and Warrego, and we're also seeing it across parts of the coalfields. Now, apart from Queensland, we are also seeing some isolated thunderstorms across parts of South Australia with this low pressure trough. There's a lot of high clouds streaming eastward ahead of that that's not rain bearing, but that low pressure trough is going to move into Victoria tonight and bring a bit of a cool change. So ahead of that, we've actually seen some warm conditions filtering across Victoria in warmer northerly winds ahead of that trough. In fact, in Melbourne today, we managed to reach 29 degrees and it's still currently 28 degrees, so feeling quite balmy across the city. We got to 19 in Hobart, 29 in Adelaide. We made it to 26 degrees in Canberra. Sydney got to a top of 27 degrees. Brisbane, we made it to 28. And in Alice Springs, we got to 35. Cairns saw tops of 31 degrees. Now, there is a bit of a cool change on the way as that trough moves through the southeast. But Chris, I'll have all the details of what's ahead a little later in the bulletin.
See you then. Thanks, Amanda. Up next, Joe Biden's $2.5 trillion COVID relief bill just gets over the line. Also, the Pope joins forces with Iraq's top Shiite cleric to deliver a powerful message. And stop whining, one president's message to his people as they battle one of the world's worst COVID outbreaks.
How do you feel about the palace hearing you speak your truth today?
I don't know how they could expect that after all of this time, we would still just be silent if there is an active role that the firm is playing in perpetuating falsehoods about us. And if that comes with risk of losing things, I mean, there's a lot that's been lost already.
Oprah with Meghan and Harry, 7:30 Monday on 10. 10 is the only place you'll see every second of the tell-all interview.
Memes. Dodo's basically put the internet on sale. Until March 15, get $10 off all our NBN plans for your first 6 months. Streaming, downloads, video calls, all these cat videos must go. Call 13-DODO to switch. Time to go Dodo.
Macca's biggest and best ever loose change menu with more of your favourites. And for a limited time, you can grab a Happy Meal for just $4. A little goes a long way at Macca's.
Dehydrated due to the summer heat? Hydrolyte multi-pack from Chemist Warehouse rehydrates faster than water alone in 3 great tasting flavours. Hydrolyte is $19.99 at Chemist Warehouse. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
The latest sports, drama, and Netflix? Too easy. The world's greatest sports and entertainment is on sale now. All in one place. Easy. Search Foxtel.
Roll into Bridgestone Select for massive deals, like 4th tyre free on Bridgestone Ecopia and up to $100 cash back on a huge range of tyres. For tyres and auto service you can count on, you're always in safe hands at your local Bridgestone Select.
Maltesers Dark. They're very available now.
The gut is the command centre of the body. Taking Inner Health probiotics daily stimulates your body's natural health responses.
gut control to digestive control.
Rise and shine, baby. Rise and shine. Oh yeah, immune system is humming.
Well done. She's firing on all cylinders.
Yep, vroom vroom.
When a healthy gut talks, your body responds. Have you had your Inner Health today? Inner Health Plus Double Strength.
Find us on the shelf.
In the race to the finals, there will be a shock exit.
You are the last team to check in. The time on the race is over.
The United States Senate has passed one of the biggest stimulus packages in history, giving President Joe Biden his first major win since taking office. The president is also on track to beat his goal of 100 million vaccinations in his first 100 days. Here's US correspondent Eamon Ashton-Atkinson.
After pulling an all-nighter,
bill as amended is passed.
The US Senate approves $2.5 trillion in COVID relief.
Help is on the way.
The package will target Americans struggling in the pandemic. It includes $1,800 stimulus checks and emergency grants for small businesses, and the Democrats passed it without the help of a single Republican.
Their top priority wasn't pandemic relief, it was their Washington wish list.
The relief bill will now go back to the House before landing on Joe Biden's desk to sign into law, where it will become his first major achievement as president.
Today, I can say we've taken one more giant step forward in delivering on that promise. That help is on the way.
More vaccines are coming too.
All done.
The first Johnson & Johnson doses are being given out. The company has applied for approval in Australia too. While they're less effective than the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines at stopping you from catching the virus, it's just as effective at preventing serious illness and death. The positives, it can be kept in a normal fridge and only needs 1, not 2 shots.
I work in nursing homes, health care, and I'm just now deciding to get my first dose. I'm ecstatic.
The company is shipping the first boxes, delivering hope and a message that read, first J&J pack out, get healthy.
After that, we all took turns signing our own little messages and names. Mine, I put get vaccinated, love Cameron.
For these workers, it's not just a job, but a mission.
I hope when they saw that message, they knew that we cared and that we're going to kick this COVID in the butt.
And with 90 million Americans having had their first dose, they're getting closer by the day. Eamon Ashton-Atkinson for 10 News First in the United States.
In Myanmar, vigils are being held for the more than 50 anti-coup protesters who've been killed in the military-led crackdown. As thousands mourned, armed troops reportedly stormed several neighbourhoods in the city of Yangon to make more arrests. More than 1,700 people, including at least one Australian, have been detained since the military took power last month. Brazil's largest city of Sao Paulo has gone back into lockdown, with ICU wards once again overcrowded with COVID-19 patients. The explosion of cases has been attributed to a highly contagious variant, which appears to be more resistant to some vaccines. More than 1,500 people are dying every day across Brazil. But President Jair Bolsonaro continues to rally against restrictions, telling Brazilians to stop whining. Two of the world's most powerful religious leaders have shared a message of peace and religious coexistence during a historic encounter in Iraq. The meeting between Pope Francis and Grand Ayatollah Ali Sistani, one of Shiite Islam's top clerics, happened halfway through the first ever papal visit to the country.
Reaching across the religious divide, the head of the Roman Catholic Church and the spiritual leader of most of the world's Shiite Muslims deliver a powerful symbol of unity. Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani and Pope Francis talked without face masks for almost an hour in the Muslim cleric's humble home, encouraging coexistence between the faiths. The 84-year-old then travelled to Baghdad Cathedral and became the first pontiff to preside over a mass in Iraq. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, said one worshipper as she wiped away tears. Next, a trip to the ancient city of Ur, revered as the birthplace of the biblical patriarch Abraham. Hostility, extremism and violence are not born of a religious heart, said the Pope. They are betrayals of religion. Francis's bid to narrow the gap between Muslims and Christians receiving a warm response. We see the necessity of this openness between the Christian and Islamic world, so people are closer to each other and understand each other. Pope Francis is now heading north to Mosul, Iraq's Christian heartland, devastated by ISIS. His visit will include a meeting with a small Christian community whose church was vandalised and used as a firing range by the extremists. The city of Mosul fought on behalf of the whole world, says this man. So the whole world has a share in the rebuilding of the city so that the church bells can ring again. Brendan Savage for 10 News First.
Still to come, a gate-crashed house party descends into violence. Plus, why experts fear drivers aren't heeding the warnings about leaving kids in hot cars.
Welcome, my friends, to Tasmania.
Tassie's Towers of Terror will send a race favourite home.
You are the last team to check in. The time on the race is over.
That is a huge mistake.
Don't miss Sunday's shock exit, 7:30 tonight.
Hi, I'm beauty editor Annie Miller, and I've compared and tested many beauty collagen products. My favourite to help lift, firm and reduce wrinkles is Nature's Way Beauty Collagen Mature Skin Tablets. With twice as much collagen, plus vitamin A from retinol, it helps reduce wrinkles and increase firmness from within where creams can't reach. Rediscover youthful-looking skin with Nature's Way Beauty Collagen Mature Skin Tablets.
At Macca's, we believe supporting child literacy is bigger than all of us. It's why we've supplied over 28 million children's books in Happy Meals. And for us, this is just the beginning.
Brought you something.
Wouldn't it be nice?
At Bunnings, we'll know that a kitchen is more than just a place to cook. It can be a classroom, you can have your kids at your bench, an art gallery for your kids' artwork, so your kitchen needs to be designed to fit your life, because Bunnings kitchens are made for real life. Bunnings Warehouse. Shop at Bunnings wherever you are, whenever you want.
The new Hilux comes with Toyota Safety Sensors standard with features like pre-collision alert and brake assist, so you can awaken your unbreakable safely. The safe new Hilux. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Being stuck at home is no day at the beach. That's what Stays is for. A private Stays holiday home with a pool right on the beach. Away from everything and everyone except each other. And with plenty of room to reconnect. You don't have to go far to get away together. Book the home that makes the holiday with Stays.
Ready to give your hair some extra love? Try the OGX Extra Strength Argan Oil of Morocco shampoo and conditioner from Chemist Warehouse. The extra powerful hydrating blend with Argan Oil of Morocco plus silk proteins helps to repair dry, damaged strands, lock in moisture and deliver soft, seductive, silky tresses. The OGX Extra Strength Argan Oil of Morocco shampoo and conditioner is just $10.49 each. Discover the range at Chemist Warehouse. Live, look, feel fabulous every day at Chemist Warehouse.
Laugh and think, this is Australia. This is Australia.
Colorbond, made by Australia.
When Nan entered the queue, she aced it. Now, can Nan and her grandson be the first to win $250,000?
You're making this look easy.
Will Nan win big? Find 10. It's time to play 7:30 Wednesday.
3 men remain on the run after stabbing and nearly killing a 22-year-old at a northwest Sydney house party. The trio gate-crashed the celebration, but when they were told to leave, things turned violent.
Surrounded by friends, a 22-year-old bleeds out on the driveway of a quiet suburban street. He's just been stabbed in the back at his mate's birthday. Attacked, it's believed, by these 3 men captured on dashcam moments before they gate-crashed the party.
It's unacceptable if it happened in the street, but it's even worse that these low-life scumbags have come into somebody's house.
Police say the intruders were being asked to leave when they stabbed the young man and fled.
Carrying knives is just so blatant, isn't it? Yeah, you got one thing in mind to hurt someone. So, yeah, with young kids in the street that time of night, it's pretty scary.
Today, police dusted for fingerprints and searched nearby bushland for the weapon. One potential piece of evidence, a kitchen knife, was found by a runner just around the corner.
We're not sure if that was used, but it'll form part of our inquiries.
Also a line of inquiry if this was the getaway car. The victim was taken here to Westmead Hospital in a critical condition, but he's since had surgery and is stable. Paramedics are praising the quick actions of bystanders for potentially saving his life.
There can be major bleeding from stab wounds, and so it's really important that that's controlled very early. We commend those people who found whatever they could find to stop the bleeding.
As for those who did it, police say they know who they're looking for.
We've got some names, so you can come to the police station now or come to your house later tonight.
Tallulah Thompson for 10 News First.
3 fishermen are lucky to be alive after a failed attempt to cross a coastal bar on the New South Wales south coast. The trio set out in rough seas at Merimbula this morning, despite warnings of hazardous surf. As they made a break for deep water, a huge wave came crashing down.
He's over. You gotta go. Go, 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 go.
A 55-year-old man was trapped inside the flipped cabin but managed to escape through the gunwale. Nearby surfers came to the rescue and pulled the fishermen to shore where they were treated for cuts. Sydney's Cronulla Beach has been closed for 24 hours following a close call between a surfer and a shark. The surfer alerted lifeguards he was knocked off his board around 8 o'clock this morning. The siren sounded and all beaches in Bait Bay were immediately closed. The Department of Primary Industries has confirmed the board's dent is consistent with a bite.
He was paddling into shore from the northern point of Cronulla Beach where there was a tug on his leg rope. He's then left the board there and swum into shore.
An extensive search is underway by land, sea and air to find the shark. Time for sport now with Scotty McKinnon, and Scott, New Zealand got the better of Australia today.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to take this one, Chris. It was a trans-Tasman carve-up in both the cricket and the netball. The Aussies were belted out of the park in their T20 decider while the Diamonds handed over the Constellation Cup. How it all happened ahead. Also tonight, why the Brumbies were going ballistic in the nation's capital. Plus, an incredible ace at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, and that wasn't the only one of the day.
Girls Can't Surf. We'll see what Lane Beachley thinks. 6:30.
In the race to the finals, there will be a shark exit.
You are the last team to check in. The time on the race is over.
Life happens. And you can't always see it coming. That's why Bupa's here. Because double bouncing will always be a thing. Because it's not just waves that break. Because small print is always on the menu. And because every chance deserves to be celebrated. We'll be there when life happens to give you the cover you need and the service you expect. Bupa, because life happens. Join today.
That's not the way it looks in the instructions, Harold. I think that fits. Where's A5? This is ridiculous. Where are the words?
When you need to snap out of it, have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
On the evening of July 27th, 1996, I did not set out to be a hero. Get down!
FBI suspect Hero Guard may have planted bombs.
The FBI gave a real bomb a free pass. The guy who did this?
That's him in that car. I can see him.
He's still out there.
That's my fault!
The brand new series, Manhunt Deadly Games, now streaming only on Stan.
Easter's coming up, now's the time to start planning.
5 litre Cabot Aqua Deck bucket, only $89. Cabot's Deck Oil applicator, just $35.85.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Shop at Bunnings, wherever you are, whenever you want.
At Telstra, our 7-day price match on a range of phones. Using Telstra Plus points and trading in selected phones can help make technology more affordable.
Looking for a skincare regime that lifts, firms and plumps skin? Try Dr. Lewin's Ultra R4 range from Chemist Warehouse. Enriched with high-performance collagen peptides, Ultra R4 day-night creams are clinically proven to visibly lift and firm skin in just 4 weeks. Rejuvenate, refine, replenish and restore skin for a radiant complexion. Dr. Lewin's Ultra R4 day and night creams are $37.47 each at Chemist Warehouse. Live, look, feel fabulous every day at Chemist Warehouse.
Hey, ho, let's go!
Woolworths Discovery Garden. Collect all 24 herbs, veggies and flowers for your family. And for all you need to get growing, search Woolworths Discovery Garden.
That's why I pick Woolies.
Nobody remembers second place. Winning is all that matters. Stay inside your comfort zone with the amazing mattress from koala.com. Home to more than 39,000 5-star reviews.
Love the amazing benefits of apple cider vinegar but don't like the taste? Ugh. Try Nature's Way apple cider vinegar gummies. With all the goodness in a yummy gummy. Nature's Way apple cider vinegar gummies.
Were you silent or were you silenced? There is no subject that's off limits.
My biggest concern was history repeating itself.
Wait, hold up, wait a minute.
Oprah with Meghan and Harry. 7:30 Monday on 10. 10 is the only place you'll see every second of the tell-all interview.
Good evening. Australia has copped an absolute hiding in the final T20 game against New Zealand, going down by 7 wickets. Chasing just 143 for victory, and Martin Guptill made light work of the target, belting 71. The Kiwis clinching the series 3-2.
Josh Phillippe's promotion to opener failed.
That looks close. That looks really close. Given.
Matthew Wade and Aaron Finch had the only meaningful partnership before a steady stream of wickets.
Out.
Glenn Maxwell holed out on the second ball he faced. It was a familiar sight. Ish Sodhi picked up 3 wickets. Trent Boult and Tim Southey 2 apiece as the Aussies lost 6 for 70. 142 never looked like being enough.
Oh, he's got up and underneath it. That is a big, big hit. He's onto the roof.
Devon Conway and Martin Guptill turned it on for the small crowd.
Oh, he's gone again. He's gone again. Is this longer? No, it's just 30 rows back this time.
The openers put on 106 to take control of the contest.
Oh, he's step and swung.
Riley Meredith picked up 2 wickets in 2 balls, but Glenn Phillips went on with the job.
And Phillips continues.
The Black Caps cruising to victory with 27 balls to spare.
Oh, that has been launched. He's got it cleanly, and he's got it cleanly for 6. Glenn Phillips finishes the game off.
Incredibly hard-fought series, and momentum shifts throughout, and then to finish with 3 games on a surface and try and get a read on it was a real challenge.
Yeah, it would have been nice to win, but New Zealand are a great cricket side, and we knew that they'd bounce back, and we just weren't quite at our best today.
Christian Jansen for 10 News First.
Swan star Buddy Franklin remains in doubt for round 1, but the future looks bright for Sydney following a tight loss to GWS in their pre-season clash this afternoon. The Giants were tested by the Swans' young talent, their win soured by an injury to Lockie Keith.
Harry Himmelberg was hungry as the Giants flexed their muscles in the opening term.
40 metres. Go, Harry, go!
Mine.
Yes!
They kicked 12 goals in a blistering first half, with first-year midfielder Tanner Bruin bagging 3 of them.
Bruin gets the roll, and the newbie has got 3.
Lance Franklin watched on and remains unlikely for round 1, but he would have liked the look of the Swans' prize recruit, Logan McDonald.
And there is the future of the Swans on display.
The Bloods meant business in the third term as Sam Reid and Kieran Briggs discovered.
Tactic, yeah, it was. Parker lined him up and nailed the big fella.
Parker kicked 3 goals himself as the Swans threatened an upset. But the Giants showed they still have as much talent as anyone.
And Toby Green is there. The freak at his best.
There was a sour note with Lockie Keefe injuring his ankle with just 2 weeks to go until the season opener. Last night, ex-Giant Jeremy Cameron kicked 2 goals for his new club Geelong in a 7-point win over Essendon.
He's got to bend it casually, as you do when you're a 9-time club-leading goal kicker.
But the New Look Bombers provided a stern test with Cale Hooker kicking 4 goals alongside a towering new recruit who also impressed up forward.
Peter Wright has had a good pair of hands tonight.
Alex Malcolm for 10 News First.
Carlton took down Geelong in a bruising encounter to stay in the hunt for finals. Back from suspension, Matty Prespakis, the reigning league MVP, shook off an elbow injury for a best on-ground performance.
Over the top, maybe this is a chance for Vesio off to Prespakis. She won't miss this, surely. She's just too good, Prespakis.
And meanwhile, Collingwood overcame a slow start against the Doggies to remain unbeaten. The Pies, 36-point winners. The New Look Diamonds insist they're going in the right direction despite losing the Constellation Cup to New Zealand. Australia gave up a 7-goal lead in this afternoon's decider against the Silver Ferns, who powered home with a 15-goal final quarter.
Opens up Ekanasio for a clear play to Wilson, and that's it.
Just these guys and how tough they are. They are a quality team, and we know that. And I think every time we play them, it's a respectful and a tough match.
Yeah, it's the first time since 2012 the Kiwis have claimed the cup. To the NRL, and if Melbourne coach Craig Bellamy has made a decision about his future, he's certainly not giving anything away. Bellamy has just 1 season left on his Storm contract and is believed to be weighing up retirement or an offer from the Brisbane Broncos. Melbourne's mentor not even telling his players.
I threw out a little couple of bites to Craig here and there, saying, "Mate, what are you up to next year? I got to thinking about re-signing. What are you doing?" But he gave me nothing, mate. He looked at me and gave me a couple of swear words and said, "Get out of my office."
The reigning premiers open the NRL season on Thursday against the Rabbitohs. That'll be a cracker. Not even the red carding of their captain, Alan Alatoa, could deny the Brumbies against Melbourne. Down on the scoreboard with 10 to go, and Ryan Lonergan's sweet inside pass sent Tom Banks in for a try. Then with scores level and after the siren, the 22-year-old stepped up with this monster 55-metre penalty.
Is it good enough? It may take it does! Unbelievable from downtown! Ryan Lonergan has launched a missile!
Yeah, no wonder they went crazy. The Brumbies remain undefeated to start the Super Rugby AU season. Melbourne Victory has hit rock bottom after a 6-0 thrashing at the hands of Melbourne City. The A-League's 2000th game was one of the more one-sided in the competition's history, thanks to 5 second-half goals.
And here's Metcalf. Oh! Squeezed it in for number 4. Max Crocombe didn't know where to look.
Metcalf finished with a double as City made it 3 wins on the trot to move into the top 6. An embarrassing blunder as Arsenal was held to a 1-1 draw by Burnley in the Premier League.
Xhaka, oh, what a mistake! Chris Wood with the equalising goal. Didn't know an awful lot about it.
Shea Adams thumped in Southampton's second as they beat Sheffield United 2-0, emphatically ending their 9-game winless run. From that hit to one of the misses of the season, Romain Saiss with nowhere to hide after he blew a golden chance for Wolves in a 0-0 draw with Aston Villa. Leicester City returned to second on the ladder with a 2-1 win over Brighton. And Jordan Spieth said odds for us are what, like 2 million to 1? Because I'm still waiting for my hole-in-one.
I reckon the odds of pronouncing Jazz's surname correctly are about 200 to 1 for us.
Big name, great player.
Thanks, Scotty. See you a bit later. Coming up next, police and the public forced to hide from a gunman and new details on Australia's vaccine rollout.
Did Meghan treat Harry like a hostage? Tonight, 6:30.
Welcome, my friends, to Tasmania.
Tassie's Towers of Terror will send a race favourite home.
You are the last team to check in.
with time on the race is over.
That is a huge mistake.
Don't miss Sunday Shock Exit, 7:30 tonight.
Introducing the Energizer Vision LED headlamp, featuring a powerful adjustable beam of light with our unique digital focus. It's perfect for any hands-free activities in or outside the house. Versatile and easy to use, pick up the Energizer Vision LED headlamp today.
Did the monkey just talk?
We need Kong. The world needs him.
Godzilla will come for him. That would be a death sentence.
Godzilla vs. Kong in cinemas March 25.
New Swiss Kids gummies from Chemist Warehouse have nothing to hide. They're 99.9% sugar-free with no artificial sweeteners and help provide nutritional support for growing children. And they're just $9.49 each. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
Sprite. Release the lemon lime refreshment.
For vitamins our kids love, we're Team KidSmart.
Like multivitamin for general health and well-being, omega-3 for brain health, and vitamin C for immune system health.
KidSmart, growing healthy kids.
At Telstra, our 7-day price match on a range of phones, using Telstra Plus points and trading in selected phones, can help make technology more affordable.
Car sales. Everything you ought to know.
Sign up to BP Rewards and you can earn BP points to spend in store.
BP Rewards.
Or get dollars off fuel.
BP Rewards.
Or earn Qantas points towards a holiday.
Totally BP Rewards.
Sign up online today. Your rewards, your way.
When Nan entered the cube, she aced it. Can Nan and her grandson be the first to win $250,000?
Oh my God. You're making this look easy. Incredible.
Will Nan win big? Find out on 10. It's time to play 7:30 Wednesday.
Good evening. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend and did manage to get a bit of sunshine at some point over the course of the weekend. The week ahead is looking pretty wet and stormy across Queensland and New South Wales, and we are going to see that intensifying from the middle of the week. Taking a look at the satellite image for the moment, you can see an area of cloud over South Australia with a lot of high cloud streaming into New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania. At this point, most of that high cloud is not rain-bearing, although we are seeing some showers and thunderstorms across South Australia. And within this area of cloud here over Queensland, a low-pressure trough has been deepening to bring widespread thunderstorms, some of which are severe this afternoon with the threat of heavy rain and damaging winds. Now tomorrow we'll see a high pressure system in the Tasman helping to push a northeasterly airflow into New South Wales, drawing humid air across the state, combined with this low pressure trough through New South Wales, which really acts as a trigger to bring unsettled weather conditions. So that will drive in some unsettled weather across the central and southern interior of Queensland and also widespread across northern, central and New eastern parts of New South Wales, with the heaviest falls for New South Wales across the northern inland, and then certainly the heaviest rain across Queensland being through the central and southern interior as well. Meanwhile, as that trough moves through the southeast, that will cause a few isolated showers throughout parts of Victoria, and we'll actually see a cooler wind change as well. But we'll take a look at that in just a second. For Queensland tomorrow, we're seeing widespread thunderstorms and showers through the central and southern interior. So areas such as the Maranoa and Warrego, western parts of the Darling Downs and the Granite Belt will all see some potentially heavy rain at times and the threat of some severe afternoon thunderstorms once again. So storms stretching through Longreach, Roma, Toowoomba tomorrow, hitting a top of 29 degrees. It's a little more settled right near the coast. Mackay seeing a beautiful start to the week, partly cloudy with a top of 31. Bundaberg getting to a top of 30 degrees. Across the southeast tomorrow, Brisbane could see a morning shower with a top of 30 degrees. Then we'll see a bit of a break in the rain across the city with the potential of an afternoon shower again. But we are going to see showers and thunderstorms a little more prominent through inland parts of the southeast tomorrow. Caboolture tomorrow hitting a top of 30, Ipswich showers and a top of 32 degrees. Now for New South Wales tomorrow, we're seeing showers through central and eastern parts of the state, the threat of some isolated thunderstorms as well. The rain will be heaviest through northern inland parts, particularly along the western slopes and the ranges. Possible thunderstorms on the way for Tamworth, Burke, also for Coffs Harbour, showers on the way for Lismore, and then widespread thunderstorms here as well. Dubbo, Newcastle, Sydney tomorrow. We'll see a dry start to the day, but you'll feel that humidity increasing. It will be a warm one with tops of 31, but cloud will be increasing throughout the day with showers and possible thunderstorms starting anywhere from the middle of the day. For Victoria tomorrow, we are looking at a cooler day ahead compared to what we saw today, and we will be seeing showers from the west. That will extend into central and then clearing the east by the evening. So for Melbourne, the chance of an early morning shower, and then we'll see the chance of a shower or two returning throughout the afternoon with a cooler day ahead, a top of just 21 degrees tomorrow. Now for Tasmania tomorrow, we're going to see cloudy conditions, the chance of a shower or two for areas such as Queenstown, possibly through the north, but Hobart remaining dry with a top of 22. South Australia tomorrow, we are looking at mainly dry conditions, just some isolated showers clearing the southeast of the state, but that should all clear out through the first half of the day. For Adelaide, it's just the slight chance of a morning shower and then a partly cloudy day with a top of 26 degrees. And just to recap, tomorrow we'll see a possible shower in Brisbane and some thunderstorms developing in Sydney.
Tonight's top stories: police and the public dodge bullets during a shooting spree in northern New South Wales. A man has been charged. 2 people dead and a road left in ruins after a B-double truck and a ute crash head-on, sparking an inferno on an outback highway. And 2 old enemies unite to promote confidence in the COVID vaccine. Former Prime Minister Julia Gillard and Health Minister Greg Hunt get the jab to win over sceptics. 2 female police officers are being praised for their bravery after a man went on a shooting spree in northern New South Wales. He opened fire on homes and on an unoccupied police car, forcing officers and members of the public to run for cover.
These 2 female officers who were first on scene are being commended for their composure and bravery. Police will be alleging this man has fired more than 20 rounds, some of them at their patrol car. These 2 women were forced to crouch down to avoid the bullets. One managed to radio for help while the other fired a single shot in the man's direction. It was around 9 p.m. when that patrol was called to Dunoon, around 20 kilometres west of Lismore, near the New South Wales-Queensland border. The report was that a man had already fired shots into 2 separate homes, so specialist officers raced to the scene, and at the peak of this siege, 12 police officers and 6 locals, including children, were hauled up inside a nearby home.
I'm so proud of those police who, the courage, the composure, the bravery that they had to go out there and to keep that community safe.
It was around midnight when police managed to arrest a 64-year-old local man, and they found a shotgun with empty rounds of ammunition in a nearby home. Now, that man has been charged with 8 firearm offences and he will front Lismore local court tomorrow.
Paris Martin reporting there. 2 people are dead and another's fighting for life after a head-on crash in South Australia's far north. A B-double truck and ute were incinerated when they collided on the Stewart Highway at Wirramina around midday yesterday. The subsequent fire was so hot it melted bitumen and made sections of the road collapse.
A 23-year-old man who was driving the ute was killed on the scene, as was a 57-year-old woman who was the passenger in the truck.
The 57-year-old truck driver was flown to Royal Adelaide Hospital where he underwent surgery for extensive burns. Two old enemies have united to endorse the COVID vaccine. Former Prime Minister Julia Gillard and Health Minister Greg Hunt had their shots today to promote confidence in the AstraZeneca jab.
Are you right-handed?
I am right-handed.
I'll pop it on the left side.
Sure, then. Yep, that makes sense. No.
Julia Gillard today lending her arm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Very well done.
Didn't hurt at all.
To twist the arm of young women who the government fears are the most susceptible to vaccine misinformation.
And make sure that what you're getting is from scientists, not social media influencers.
The former PM was joined by the Health Minister.
Beautiful.
And a lucky sock-wearing Brendan Murphy, the head of the Vaccine Task Force, getting the AstraZeneca jab.
Forward-facing, V for vaccine.
Australia's vaccine tally is now 81,000. In a fortnight, GP clinics like this one in Melbourne will start vaccinating those aged over 70 as the government ploughs ahead with its aim to jab the entire adult population by October.
It's very ambitious and I don't think it's going to be achieved.
And now some individual GPs are threatening to pull out.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Dr Maria Bolton, who owns this Brisbane clinic, says she'll either have to work for free or lose money administering the jab. The government pays doctors $30.75 for the first dose, $24.25 for the second, and a bonus $10 if the clinic does both.
So we might be getting someone who's perhaps in their 70s, who perhaps has many, many medical conditions. It's going to take time to get to know that person, and time does cost money.
As our homemade supply of the AstraZeneca jab comes on tap, the Health Minister says Australia will soon be vaccinating 500,000 people per week. Daniel Sutton for 10 News First.
Calls for Defence Minister Linda Reynolds to resign are growing louder as she extends her medical leave until next month. It means she'll miss the next parliamentary sitting and Senate estimates.
As Defence Minister Linda Reynolds extends her medical leave for a month, there's growing speculation she won't be returning to the portfolio.
Is the Minister for Defence, Linda Reynolds, trying to pretend that she is well enough on the one hand to continue as Defence Minister, but not well enough on the other to front up and answer questions in Parliament and in estimates?
She won't be back to work until April 2nd, missing the next parliamentary sitting and Senate estimates, which sees ministers questioned about their portfolios. That now falls to her substitute, Foreign Minister Marise Payne.
Will she be coming back to work?
I have no doubt about that.
Senator Reynolds has been under sustained pressure over her handling of Brittany Higgins' rape allegation and revelations she called her former staffer a lying cow over comments about the level of support she had received.
To be Defence Minister, to be any minister, you need good judgment and sound character. What we have seen from Linda Reynolds is that she has neither.
Her cardiologist has advised extending her leave as a precaution.
And the risk to her physical health was considered to be very significant.
Ms Higgins' allegations have sparked 4 reviews, including one into bullying and sexual assault and harassment at Parliament House. One key consideration will be, should politicians automatically pass on accusations, something the Federal Police Commissioner has already written to them about.
My experience suggests no, that shouldn't be taken out of the hands of the victim.
The final report will be handed over in November. Tegan George for 10 News First.
Even before it's gone to air, the Prince Harry and Meghan Markle interview with Oprah is being labelled explosive. But in a bizarre twist, the biggest bombshell may be an interview where 4 royal commentators have been caught out. 2 UK pranksters paid them to comment on the Oprah interview, even though they hadn't seen it.
What was your overall impression of the interview?
I think that this was an extremely hard-hitting interview.
In the interview, to my mind, this was an actress giving one of her great performances. From start to finish, Meghan was acting.
The interview goes to air tomorrow, right here on 10 at 7:30. Pope Francis has just landed in the northern Iraqi city of Mosul, where Islamic State declared its caliphate in 2014. The pontiff is there to pray for the victims of the conflict and to visit the sites of ancient churches destroyed by the militants. It's one of his most high-risk trips yet and follows a historic meeting with Grand Ayatollah Ali Sistani, a spiritual leader for millions of Shiite Muslims. The most fabulous night of the year has beaten the odds as Sydney Mardi Gras sparkled on the world stage. Not averse to a pivot or two, the Oxford Street Parade was replaced by an arena spectacular at the Sydney Cricket Ground, and not even the pandemic could dampen the party spirit.
They came, they danced, they partied. Mardi Gras fever flooded the SCG last night as 5,000 twirled their way around the ground to a roaring crowd of more than 30,000 spectators.
It's Quick Christmas.
Happy Mardi Gras! Happy Mardi Gras!
It wasn't the usual Oxford Street Parade, but it was no less of a glamorous, glittering spectacle, welcoming anyone of any background and any age.
It's all about being who you want to be and feeling safe in the environment.
It's amazing, and it's like probably the best night of my life. Everybody's just love, 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 love. There's no hate here.
As the sun disappeared, so too apparently did the dance band.
You know you'll always be my queen. I'm proud of my queen. She is hot.
Tell us what it's like to be at Mardi Gras this year. It's a bit different.
This year's different, but let me tell you, the vibe is still here.
The theme of this year's event was Rise, above a pandemic, above inequality, and towards better days.
This is the biggest arts and cultural event happening anywhere in the world right now, and true to the spirit of this year's Mardi Gras, everybody here has well and truly risen to the occasion. In fact, it feels like a packed house here at the SCG.
British pop star Rita Ora provided the soundtrack for a dazzling finale that was shared with TV audiences all over the world, who no doubt would have felt the love in every corner of the globe. Taylor Ryan for 10 News First.
Coming up next, concerns children are still being left in hot cars at alarming rates. And ahead in sport, the reaction to Australia's demoralising loss to New Zealand in the T20 decider. Plus, the He-Man of golf muscles up to drive a par 5. How did he go? We'll show you next.
In the race to the finals, there will be a shark exit.
You are the last team to check in. The time on the race is over.
Memes. Dodo's basically put the internet on sale. Until March 15, get $10 off all our NBN plans for your first 6 months. Streaming, downloads, video calls, all these cat videos must go. Call 13-DODO to switch. Time to go Dodo.
Are we there yet? Are we thinking of the planet? Are we helping people move? So, are we there yet?
Every day we move closer. Oh, what a feeling, Toyota.
Right now at Binglee, you'll get a bonus Woolworths e-gift card.
Worth up to $300.
With a selected cooking appliance, dishwasher, fridge or laundry appliance.
Just another bonus at Binglee.
Elite average? That's literally just made up. Some say it's a contradiction. An oxymoron. That's rubbish. Elite average isn't owned by a chosen few. It's in all of us. Never forget that. Just like bin day. I'm Gary Flynn, wheelie bin champion, and I make it look easy with Sportsbet.
Food is what connects us. It's the heart of Aussie life. That's why YouFood supports local Aussie growers and is proudly Australian owned. Their chef-inspired, ready-made meals are created with the freshest of ingredients. Quick, delicious, and delivered to your door nationwide. There's a wide menu to choose from, catering to all your health goals. So when you buy YouFoods, you'll be supporting local growers, families, and communities. YouFoods. It's healthy eating made easy.
Roll into Bridgestone Select for massive deals, like 4th tyre free on Bridgestone Acopia and up to $100 cash back on a huge range of tyres. For tyres and auto service you can count on, you're always in safe hands at your local Bridgestone Select.
100 layers of flavour for that refreshing and delicious taste. Refreshing moments are just a tic-tac away.
It lives at first light, wherever we push ourselves. When we pull together, it lives over the door, at the end of every paintbrush, after the sun has set. It lives in going for a 6, where a 4 would have done it. It lives in every square inch of this place. And because we live here, Cam lives here.
It's been 5 good years at the top for Toyota Hilux, Australia's #1 selling vehicle for the 5th year in a row. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
You know, for me, I'm just really relieved and happy to be sitting here talking to you with my wife by my side, because I can't begin to imagine what it must have been like for her going through this process by herself all those years ago, because it has been unbelievably tough for the two of us, but at least we had each other.
Yeah. Oprah with Meghan and Harry, 7:30 Monday on 10. 10 is the only place you'll see every second of the tell-all interview.
It's a child safety message that's been out there for years, but it appears plenty of us still aren't listening. New figures have confirmed the number of children rescued from locked cars is still too high, and the consequences can be fatal.
Ambo Tony Harker's witnessed the sometimes awful outcome of children being left in hot cars so often he's past softening the message.
A temperature that will actually boil that child's brain in its skull. It sounds awful, but that's the reality.
The RACQ has released some disturbing numbers as we slide into the cooler days of autumn.
Just because summer is over, you're not becoming complacent about the risks.
In the 3 months to the start of March, emergency response units attended more than 440 events of children being left inside locked cars.
It can take just minutes for a locked car to reach unbearable temperatures.
Even if it's in the shade, even if you've got the windows down, the temperatures can go up so quickly.
Many of those cases have involved giving the car keys to baby as a toy, and you know how that story ends.
And that is a huge no-no and something that we really urge parents to rethink.
Also rethink knowing where your keys are all the time. More than 8,000 drivers needed emergency help after locking themselves out of their vehicles last year. With plenty of warmer days still ahead of us, the message from the Ambos can't be emphasised enough. Don't be that person who cranks up the aircon, hoping to keep baby in the back asleep while you duck into the shop for that bottle of milk. Just don't do it.
If you do, you can get distracted, time gets away, and all of a sudden you've got a very, very sick child, and this can be fatal.
Everyone's worst nightmare. Tim Collins for 10 News First.
Once again, Aussies have stepped up to do their bit for Clean Up Australia Day with a focus on plastic pollution on land and in our waterways. In last year's campaign, single-use plastic water bottles accounted for almost a third of all rubbish collected. This year, it's younger eco-warriors who are demanding big changes to save the environment.
We are going to be here for longer, and the adults in charge aren't doing anything, so we have to.
We want people to meet the challenge that these kids are setting us and to make sure that we use reusable water bottles and fill them up with tap water.
There's also been a 20% jump in the number of people signing up to be involved. Time for more sport now with Scotty McKinnon, and Scott, Aaron Finch is explaining why the Aussies lost the T20 against New Zealand.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it too much, but it's a pretty simple explanation. They just didn't make enough runs. The Aussies could only muster 142 in today's decider, and the Kiwis chased it down with more than 4 overs to spare.
If the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, Australia was guilty.
Chipped and out, Matthew Wade. Big wicket.
6 of their 8 wickets resulted from batsmen being caught in the deep.
But not hard enough. Martin Guptill.
Marcus Stoinis even picked out the man off a long hop. It played right into the Black Caps' hands. Ish Sodhi finished with 3 for 24 off his 4 overs.
That sounded good, but has he got it long enough? No.
The Aussies' total of 8 for 142 never looked like being enough.
He goes for the full one again. Jai Richardson caught in the deep.
Martin Gapdul and Devon Conway combined for an opening stand of 106.
Oh, he's got up and underneath it. That is a big, big hit. He's onto the roof.
Gapdul destroyed Adam Zampa on his way to a match-winning 71 from 46 balls.
Oh, he's step and swung.
The Black Caps cruising to victory with 27 balls to spare.
And Phillips continues.
Yeah, I suppose in these conditions you have to be as aggressive as possible, and you know, thankfully the big boys at the top were fantastic and they created a lot of pressure for us to get some wickets in the middle.
We probably just weren't aggressive enough with the bat. Myself led that at the top. I was probably let them dictate slightly, but we didn't get enough runs. We kept losing wickets at regular intervals.
Christian Jansen for 10 News First.
Australia's hopes of reaching the World Test Championship final disintegrated with England crumbling to an innings defeat in the 4th Test against India.
He's knocked him over, India.
Yeah, Indian claimed the series 3-1 and now face New Zealand in the World Test Championship final in June. Well, Sydney Swan star Lance Franklin remains in doubt for round 1 as he continues to build up his training loads. But he watched on as the Swans lost a tight pre-season encounter to the Giants this afternoon. First-year midfielder Tanner Bruin starred with 4 goals.
Toby's going to get on his bike. Bruin gets the roll. And the newbie has got 3.
The win was soured by an ankle injury to Giants big man Lockie Keefe in the final term. The Brisbane Bullets have continued their giant-killing form, knocking off Melbourne United this afternoon. Jason Kadee putting on a show outside the arc as Brisbane got 19 points up before holding out a fast-finishing Melbourne.
Take care of the result. Hodgson! What's the emphasis on the result with the hammer dunk?
It's just the 2nd time Melbourne has lost this season. Perth Glory dominated possession, but Wellington scored the goals in this afternoon's A-League clash. Wearing red and white, the Phoenix had 2 by half-time. Reno Piscopo and David Ball finding the net.
Gary can go first time in here, and David Ball's on the end of it, and Wellington have doubled their lead against the run of play.
Ben Waine in the right spot at the right time to make it 3-0 for the Kiwi club. From Jordan Spieth hitting one of 2 hole-in-ones to Bryson DeChambeau trying to drive a par 5. Yes, it's been a memorable day on the PGA Tour, and Jason Day is right in the mix at the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Jason Day shot 4 under as his putter ran hot. He's just 5 strokes behind first.
Yeah, amazing stuff there from the PGA Tour, but Bryson DeChambeau changing the game with that huge frame of his. Incredible.
Yeah, he can play NRL after golf.
He could, yeah.
Thanks, Scotty. Coming up next, Amanda Jason's back with your weather forecast for the week ahead.
Welcome, my friends, to Tasmania.
Brace yourself.
I've done some crazy stuff, man.
Tassie's Towers of Terror will send a race favourite home.
This is scary.
Oh, God.
Don't stuff it up.
Oh, my God.
That is a huge mistake.
Don't miss Sunday's Shock Exit, 7:30 tonight.
Come on, darling, up you hop. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
Take more control over your hay fever. Prevent symptoms before they even start. Try Telnasal Allergy Spray. Its active ingredient binds to receptors in the nasal cavity, preventing congestion, runny noses and sneezing. Try Telnasal Allergy Spray.
The world today demands more. GWM was founded to meet this challenge, and we never settle for less. From the tough, all-new GWM Ute to our stylish range of Haval SUVs, our world-class vehicles deliver more. More technology, more safety, and more comfort for less. At GWM, we focus on meeting the needs of today and exceeding the dreams of tomorrow. And that starts with giving you more. GWM. Go with more.
Over Easter, you can make a big difference to your home.
Inflatable spa, only $399. 10 kilo chlorine, just $66.95.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Shop at Bunnings wherever you are, whenever you want.
Make Light and Easy's new autumn menu your choice for healthy living and more free time. With your choice of over 160 delicious meals, all packed full of goodness. Choose from the new autumn menu today. Visit lightandeasy.com.au.
Welcome home.
P-platers. All in one place. Easy.
An award-winning super fund could be your ticket to a winning future. As one of Australia's most consistent performers, Hester has achieved platinum status 15 years in a row. With Hester, your future's looking good as gold. Hester, time to invest in yourself.
There's $100 grand up for grabs every week with the NRL's new free-to-play game, NRL Pick'em Weekly 4. Pick the winning margin from 4 nominated matchups to win a share of the weekly major prize. Head to nrl.com/pick'em now.
Hi, I'm beauty editor Annie Miller, and I've compared and tested many beauty collagen products. My favourite to help lift, firm and reduce wrinkles is Nature's Way Beauty Collagen Mature Skin Tablets. With twice as much collagen, plus vitamin A from retinol, it helps reduce wrinkles and increase firmness from within where creams can't reach. Rediscover youthful-looking skin with Nature's Way Beauty Collagen Mature Skin Tablets.
This king of the interview credits his team's success on their facial hair.
It's mustaches for us. The whole team bought into it. You got team chemistry like that, it's hard to lose.
To be honest, I didn't really think it was much of a mustache. I mean, this is a mustache. Oh, no. No. That was a director's fault. That was meant to go up on PVO.
Bad camera work.
I'm so sorry.
Join us live next on The Sunday Project.
Good evening. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. It's time now for us to have a look at what's happening weather-wise for the week ahead. Now, there has been a low-pressure trough moving from central into eastern parts of the country. That's been triggering some isolated showers and thunderstorms. The most widespread thunderstorms we're seeing this afternoon have been across Queensland. But tomorrow, a high-pressure system in the Tasman will help to push moisture into the eastern states. That will combine with this low-pressure trough to bring widespread showers and thunderstorms across New South Wales and Queensland. This trough is not going anywhere for the next few days ahead. In fact, by the middle of the week, we'll actually see an upper low developing, further intensifying the rain and storms, which could bring us some widespread heavy falls across some of our eastern states. Now, for Brisbane tomorrow, we're not seeing quite that kind of heavy rain. We'll see the chance of a morning shower, possibly an afternoon shower through the inland with a top of 30 degrees. On Tuesday, fine and 31, but the chance of a storm through western parts of the city. And then on Wednesday, we'll see showers. That will continue through to Friday with the threat of not only showers, but also some isolated thunderstorms as well. For Sydney tomorrow, it will be a dry start to the day, but a humid top of 31 degrees with showers and thunderstorms potentially developing from the early afternoon. A possible shower or afternoon thunderstorm on Tuesday. Wednesday through to Friday, we'll see some areas of heavy rain at times, particularly if we do see some storms. For Melbourne tomorrow, we are just going to see the slight chance of an early morning shower, then a possible afternoon shower. Otherwise, plenty of sunny breaks and a top of 21. Cloudy and 20 degrees on Tuesday, and then things will warm up gradually throughout the remainder of the week and looking dry for much of the working week. For Hobart tomorrow, we're looking at fine 22 degrees, chance of a shower or two on Tuesday with a top of 20, and then dry conditions until we hit the weekend. And then for Adelaide tomorrow, we're just seeing the slight chance of a morning shower, otherwise partly cloudy and 26. Fine on Tuesday with a top of 26 degrees. Dry conditions for much of the week with warm temperatures as well. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Amanda. And that is 10 News First for tonight. I'm Chris Barth. Thanks for your company. Stay tuned for The Project and I'll see you next weekend. Good night.